Alright, so if you want to see how I have gone from the left to the right to create this Selena Gomez inspired makeup look, then just keep watching. Now I'm just filling in my brows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and this is in the shade Medium Brown. Now using Urban Decay Primer Potion to prime my eyes and use this as a base before my shadows. Just using some tape to act as a guide for the shadows. And here I'm using the BH Cosmetics 88 Neutrals palette, just going in with this silver colour all over the lid. And then I decided that it wasn't really the shade I was after, so I'm going in with this more sort of rose gold toned shadow just on top of that. And I've also warmed up the crease using a light brown shade. Now I'm going to be using the colour Smut by MAC, and just on an angled brush I'm just going to trace out that outline where the edge of that tape is and drag that across the upper lash line as well. So I'm basically just doing a wing shape using the shadow. And here I'm just blending that shadow upwards so that it looks a bit softer. And of course going over this with a fluffy brush just to make it even more blown out. Now going in with Carbon by MAC, I'm really just going to be focusing this on the edge closest to the tape and then also by the lash line just to smoke it out a bit more. And now to tightline my eyes, I'm using this black eye pencil by ChiChi. To further define that black shadow, I'm going over it with the Rimmel Scandaleyes Micro Eyeliner. And this is a really good trick as well if you are really not the best at winged liner. The tape really helps act as a guide. At this stage I've already pulled the tape off, but if you were a complete beginner, you can leave the tape on and it would act as a nice guide for you. Now I'm just going in with Carbon eyeshadow again on top of that liquid eyeliner, and I'm just slowly pushing it up a bit just to smoke it out a bit more. And with whatever is left on that brush, I'm just putting this on the lower lash line as well. And then going in with the same eyeliner pen, and I'm just going to define the lower lash line. And the mascara I'm using is the L'Oreal False Fibre Mascara. The falsies I'm using here are the Wanderlust by XoBeauty. Now I'm going to be using Lemonade by Benefit, and I normally use this to counteract the redness on my cheeks, but I've actually used this under my eyes as well, just to see if it will counteract the bluish undertones. And here I'm just waiting. I find that if I go in with the foundation straight away, it doesn't really give it a chance to sink into the skin, and it just sort of smears everything around. So today's foundation is Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 120, and I've mixed that with ChiChi Fabulous and Flawless in the colour, or not the colour, in the shade which is number 8. Now for concealer, this is the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and I'm in the colour Custard. And just placing it where I always do, not doing anything differently today, and blending it out as usual with my beauty blender. And to set that under eye, I'm using the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. And just using this with a beauty blender today. And because I was feeling pretty pale, I am just using the NARS Laguna bronzer just around the perimeter of my face, just to warm it up a bit. And for contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, using the shades Fawn and Java. And now going in with Peaches by MAC for my blush. The highlight I'm using now is LIghtscapade, and this is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. Just placing this all over the high points of my face where the sunlight would naturally hit. Now I'm going to line my lips. I'm using Totally Nude by ChiChi. And filling it all in using Buttercup by Gerard Cosmetics. Now we want to set that all in place, so I'm going to use the NYX setting spray. This is in the Dewy finish one. And this is the completed Selena Gomez inspired makeup look. And I'm really liking how the eyes look really bold, but when you look closer, it has got that really soft, smoked out gradient to it. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.
Ja, das ist auch ein Bild.